It's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Jennifer Lawrence, Katie Couric, and music from Tegan and Sarah with Vito and the Cleats on. And now, to entertain us all, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you for being not just a lover, but also a friend. I appreciate it. On Sunday, the San Francisco 49ers take on the Baltimore Ravens in Super Bowl 47. And if this Super Bowl goes well, or next year they're thinking about doing a 48, yeah. Here's what I don't get. Shouldn't they spend a lot of money on these commercials? Shouldn't they run like the beer and the chip commercials before the Super Bowl? It's not like you're going to run out to the store after the game and stock up for next year, right? It's like selling tinsel on Christmas. But I have a lot of eating planned for Sunday. Hot wings, nachos, sausages, maybe a walrus, who knows? The inside of my stomach is going to look like a Michelle Obama nightmare. Guillermo, where are you watching the Super Bowl? What's your plan? Because usually we watch together, but
yeah,
I have my Pilates class on Sunday, so.
Yeah.
I
think I watch it at home.
You're gonna watch it at home?
Yeah.
You think you have other people invited you over?
Yeah.
Who has invited you over?
A couple of co-workers, but...
Some of your co-workers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it at home better.
You're gonna watch it at home?
Yeah, because...
I see. Gotcha. That's a good idea. Well, you know, for the last week and a half, I've been asking Guillermo to practice something. I've been asking him to study, and tonight, Guillermo, is your final exam. Did you practice?
A little bit.
That means, in English, that means no, by the way. Can you pronounce the name of the San Francisco 49ers quarterback whose name is currently on the TV screen? This will be our third attempt now to do this.
Colin Kaepernick.
Almost. That's pretty close. That's all right. We'll have it by next year.
Colin.
Yeah, that's pretty close. He started out saying Corky Cabbage Patchers, I think. So, you know, there's a petition going around asking President Obama to make the day after the Super Bowl Monday, a national holiday. Which, you know, that's a good idea. You know, after a long, exhausting day of sitting on the couch watching TV, I need a day off. The petition has almost 12,000 signatures. And do we need a day off after the Super Bowl? And isn't that kind of disrespectful to our real holidays, like Free Slurpee Day? I mean, it is, by the way. The big story everyone's following this Super Bowl is that of the Harbaugh brothers. Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the Niners. His brother John is the coach of the Ravens. On Sunday, they'll become the first brothers to face off as head coaches in the Super Bowl, which has to be both exciting and confusing for their parents. Because either way, you know, one of your kids is going to win, the other loses. It's an uncomfortable situation to be in. Which jersey do you even wear? Does mom wear one? Does dad wear the other? Do you both wear both? I don't know. But here's Ma and Pa Harbaugh. They had a press conference in New Orleans with how they plan to handle this unusual situation.
NFL history will be made on the sidelines this coming Sunday.
For the first time ever, two brothers will be coaching against each other for the Super Bowl title. But what's especially interesting is how their parents are dealing with these most unusual circumstances.
So which son is going to win the big game on Sunday?
All right, well, you know, of course we get asked that a lot, and the answer I always give is that John is, how would you say, he's not very bright. He's as dumb as a post. So, with that in mind, I think Jim is going to be Jim of the 49ers.
Yeah, Jim,
Yeah.
not John.
Not John. Go Jim! Go Jim! Go Jim! Go Jim!
It's just like my parents. At least they're being honest. I guess it's hard to find things to talk about because there were 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, so there's a lot of focus on this Jim and John Harbaugh thing. You know, they have another brother. There's another Harbaugh who's going to be at the game on Sunday. In fact, they had a little profile of him last night on ESPN.
Super Bowl 47, brother against brother. All eyes are on Jim Harbaugh of the San Francisco 49ers and John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens. They're calling it the Harbowl. But few realize there's a third Harbaugh brother with just as much fire and dedication as his siblings.
I'm Josh Harbaugh. I'm the middle brother. And, football is my life. I'm just like my brothers. I mean, it's our passion.
Like his brothers, Josh is preparing for the Super Bowl. Unlike his brothers, Josh's role is that of a backup dancer for Beyoncé's halftime show.
This is my third halftime show. Madonna was nothing short of grueling. I got poked in my eye by one of her horns. Janet Jackson and I got very, very close. You could say we had our own wardrobe misfunction. Beyonce's a whole another level. Be fierce! Be Sasha Fierce! Sasha Fierce! Sasha Fierce! You can do it! You're talking hoops and banners. And luckily I've been trained in both of these. Yes, people might tune in for the Harbowl, but what are people going to remember? The Hard Bath Time Show. I am the champion.
The third Harbaugh brother. There's Jim and there's John, they're coaches, and then that one's a dancer. Oh, you understood. Okay, all right, good. All this talk of the Harbaugh brothers inspired us to come up with a new game today. It's called Couple, Siblings, or Strangers. Here's how it works. We're going to show you a pair of people we found on Hollywood Boulevard. Your job is to guess whether they're romantically involved, siblings, or are they two random strangers we made stand next to each other for this. Are you ready? Let's begin. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Gloria.
And I'm Lance. And we are...
So a couple siblings. Most people say couple. Let's find out.
Strangers.
Yeah, they look like a cute couple. All right, next up.
I'm Brennan.
I'm Kathleen.
And we're...
Okay, we're going to have to get everyone to respond individually because I can't understand it. This one seems pretty mixed.
A couple.
Yeah, a couple there. The denim attracted them to each other. And then... All right, who else?
Hi, I'm Keith.
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
And
We're...
Siblings? All right, so everyone says siblings.
A couple.
They are a couple. Not siblings. All right, next.
Hi, I'm Avina.
Hi, I'm Shankar. And we are...
Everyone says siblings, all right?
Siblings.
There you go, the siblings. What do they look like?
I'm Pete. I'm JD. And we're...
All right, everyone says couple.
A couple.
Who do we have next?
Hi, I'm Sabine.
Hi, I'm Connor. And we're...
Everyone says strangers? A couple of couples? No siblings? No? All right. Let's hear it.
Strangers.
That was a nervous laugh. But I am going to get to know her when I put her in my trunk later. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot of stuff for you tonight. This week in Unnecessary Censorship, a sneak peek at Katie Couric's next big interview, Dr. Phil with Manti Te'o's girlfriend/boyfriend, plus Jennifer Lawrence, and music from Tegan and Sarah, too. Stick around. and music from Tegan and Sarah are coming up. Dr. Phil had a big day today. Dr. Phil aired the first of a two-part interview with Ronaya Tuiasosopo, better known as the man behind the Manti Te'o girlfriend hoax. It was good. If you haven't been following the story, this guy, Ronaya, pretended to be a woman online and then engaged in a multi-year relationship with a Notre Dame football player. Anyway, he sat down with Dr. Phil today, and I have to say, from what I could tell, Manti Te'o's girlfriend seems like a very nice guy. He's, I look forward to seeing him on next season's Celebrity Apprentice, but if you didn't already, you should definitely watch this. Dr. Phil was relentless. Ronaya insists that the woman's voice Manti would hear on the other end of the phone was his voice. He claims he would call and pretend to be a woman, but they have voicemails, and there's just no way it was him.
Much of this relationship you had with Manti was on the phone.
Correct.
You can speak with that voice.
Correct.
Let me hear that voice.
I can't.
Give me a little of the voice.
I'm sorry, it's really awkward and uncomfortable.
You know what? I get uncomfortable having lady sex talk with Dr. Phil also, but it's very understandable. The New York Post ran a story. It said the voice belonged to Ronaya's cousin, Tina, who I assume is a woman, but Dr. Phil would not let this go. They took the tapes to an expert who works for the FBI, and they had voice analysis done.
I contacted the private contractors for the FBI and the Secret Service. They said the chance that you are the person on that voicemail is like 1 in 10 million.
Yeah.
That is not you, not even possible. You're telling me that you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the best scientific analysis in the world is saying it is not. So I say just do the voice.
Do the voice or I'll kill you. You hear me, woman? Do the voice. He kept asking him to do the voice. Eventually, Dr. Phil did convince him to do the voice. That part airs tomorrow. I can't wait. By the way, could you imagine if Dr. Phil was your actual doctor? I'm sorry, but Dr. Phil isn't seeing any patients today. He's interrogating Manti Te'o's imaginary girlfriend. Meanwhile, one of our guests tonight, Katie Couric, scored an even bigger interview last week with Manti Te'o himself. I'm going to talk to her about that tonight. I also want to ask her about another big interview she has coming up, a new confession that they say is going to blow Manti and Ronaya and even Lance Armstrong out of the water.
Next week on Katie, parking lot security guard Guillermo in his first televised interview since the scandal.
You thought you had a friendship with a real Chihuahua.
That is correct, Miss Katie Couric.
But was it a real Chihuahua?
No, it was a mix of a Chihuahua and a poodle.
So it was a Chipoodle.
It was a Chipoodle.
And later, the question everyone wants answered.
Guillermo, are you gay?
No. No.
Exclusively on Katie.
That's a good And one more item. It is Thursday night. It's time for a weekly tribute to the FCC where we bleep and blur things, whether they need it or not. It is This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
Washington is abuzz about last night's 60 Minutes where they saw President Obama and Secretary of State Clinton s***ing d***.
We're going to have an open discussion. We're going to each other hard.
We're laying there, and all I'm thinking is, I want to this girl.
Well, she was a hit at the Golden Globes, and now Amy Poehler has to pen her first book.
I started with my patience out there because it was just so slow.
People don't need any help figuring out winter will be with them a while longer. They can feel it on their faces.
Hello, welcome to the world of something.
No more around. I gotta get back to work.
I've come to learn that most blowers don't believe they're blowers in the beginning. It's called flu f***ers.
You use all this anger that you have got and you f*** yourself.
Name a place on your body you wouldn't want a doctor to stick his Adam.
In your butt.
In your butt.
We have a nice show for tonight. Katie Couric is here. We have music from Tegan and Sarah, and we'll be right back with Oscar nominee. now she becomes part of ours. Katie Couric is here. And then with music from their new CD called Heartthrob, Tegan and Sarah from our outdoor stage. Good morning. You can see all our best moments from the week of the show wrapped up in a big ball. And next week, we've got a great lineup, including Bradley Cooper, Melissa McCarthy, Ewan McGregor, Dr. Phil, Julianne Hough, comedian Jim Jeffries, Mark Duplass, Kate Mara, and we'll have music from Anita Baker, Emily Sandé, Gary Clark Jr., and Tim McGraw. So join us next week. 2 years ago, and our first guest attended the Oscars as a nominated actress for the first time. She wasn't even old enough to buy a beer in the lobby. This year, she can get as loaded as she wants. She is nominated for an Oscar and won the Golden Globe for her performance in Silver Linings Playbook. It's in theaters now. Please say hello to Jennifer Lawrence. I know you've been a little sick.
Yeah, I'm a little sick. I'm a little drunk.
A little drunk, a little sick.
Your
huh?
producer made me do a shot of 2 shots of tequila.
Well, we have the top people in the business here, yeah. 2 shots of tequila,
2 shots of tequila and a beer, but the beer was my decision.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So you're okay though? Everything's all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay,
I just went to the doctor today. I got a chest X-ray.
Okay.
Of my lungs and discovered that my breasts are uneven. That was all I saw. I think my lungs
Same thing happened to me. It's okay.
I was like standing there with these doctors and they're like looking at my lungs and then I was just like, it felt like an elephant in the room. And I was like, are my breasts uneven? And they were just kind of like stifled and uncomfortable, obviously. And then so I kept thinking, well, I'm going to dig myself out of this hole by bringing it up again. So he's like, all right, well, our radiologist will get back to you about, your lungs. And I was like, and my breasts. And he was just like, well, bye.
But are you worried about that? Is that a concern?
It wasn't until the X-ray. I think I just hope no one will ever see my breasts in an X-ray.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I hope I'm never seen in that light.
Yeah, in that X-ray light. Now you've had an unbelievable couple of years, but this last month has been particularly unbelievable with the Golden Globe. Congratulations on that. That's and that's a fun event to go to. Everybody drinks at that thing. You get to sit at a table with famous people. And
famous people
who are you sitting with
everywhere.
at the table?
Well, I was sitting with my family and Bradley and David, everybody, but Adele was in the table that was it was the next table over, and I had such a high fever, and felt like I couldn't move, and I saw Adele, and there was nobody in the way, and she was sitting in the table by herself, and my dad was sitting next to me here, and I just reached my arm out, and and my dad was like, "What, Jim? What's the matter?" And I was like, "It's Adele." Adele right there.
You got no quality time with Adele at all?
I couldn't say anything.
Adele was probably happy at that point that you weren't touching her with your...
come over with 103. I'm sorry.
With your fever hands.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people you infected at the Golden Globes.
Well, how many people are affecting me?
That is true. You did get infected.
Who infected me?
Wouldn't you love to know who it was? I think about this all the time.
Yeah.
To have like some sort of you remember they used to tell you when you were a kid that if you pee in the pool it would turn red around you and so you'd be terrified?
Someone should do that.
They should do that with germs.
They should.
Inject people.
Because who knows, really?
I know, and who knows? But the thing is, I think it might be better not to know. Because
then you'd be in fights with a lot of people.
Exactly, you'd be fighting people all the time.
It's like a totally plausible reason to get mad at somebody. You gave me walking pneumonia. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, walking pneumonia is a bad one.
You're in big trouble.
Are there any suspects?
Well, the Hollywood Foreign Press.
The Hollywood Foreign Press.
I've been shaking a lot of those hands.
No offense, Guillermo, but very dirty people. Your mom is here. Is your mom here in the audience?
My mom is here in the audience.
Oh, where is your mom?
God, I don't know.
Oh, that's your mom right there.
Where? Hey.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, God, they gave her a microphone. Of course, they're giving me one.
Be careful, though. There's 3 ne'er-do-wells behind, a few rows behind you. You have to be careful.
I'm sorry, but I really didn't want to drink, though. I was nervous, and they were like, drink this. And
are you going to get in trouble for drinking?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is she in trouble for drinking? Is that a no-no?
She's going to kill me.
Tequila shots are probably not okay.
No,
tequila shots are not okay?
I agree now. I think she's right.
Maybe a flu shot would have been a good idea, though, you know? So, I've seen you on the red carpet. I'm thinking,
me.
yeah, I think I saw you.
You saw her break the news about the Hunger Games a couple years ago, the Oscars.
Oh, what news did she break at this?
She, I wasn't even officially really offered the role yet, or maybe secretly offered the role where it was very under wraps, and don't bring it up, don't do anything. And I see my mother surrounded by reporters. Well, my favorite book is The Hunger Games. Wink. And I was like, she did it.
Mom is not good with this.
She's gone and done it.
Are your parents coming to the Oscars with you?
Oh, of course.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
That's a given?
That's a given.
Did you get them tickets yet?
Well, I've never really had a problem with getting tickets for my family, which is weird because I think that's like a big struggle with it. Normally you only get like +1, but I think they're in the mafia or something. I've never had a problem getting my family tickets.
Somehow you've managed
There's
to obtain
something going on, yeah.
I don't think, you know what, because Naomi Watts was here and she's saying that she was having problems getting her family tickets to the Oscars, but I think people are lying and making it like it's very difficult to get their family tickets.
Oh, okay, so
because clearly you can easily get your family tickets.
Yeah.
Do your parents embarrass you? I think I remember seeing you cry on the on like Access Hollywood or something like that. Were you weeping on Access Hollywood?
She's weeping all over the place.
She was stepping on my foot.
And does that make you start getting teared up when your parents do?
No, never. I'm just like, stop crying, woman.
Well, there could be
My dad and I both like react differently on camera. My dad and I turn into compulsive rednecks, and my mother just turns into like weeping willow. Just can't get it together.
It's a nice combination. Dad's not here tonight.
We're a totally normal family.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. She's crying.
You're as American as anybody else, I'll say that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to see a clip from Silver Linings Playbook. It's a great movie. You haven't seen it. Jennifer Lawrence is here. We'll be right back.
You may not have experienced it, but I did. But you loved hearing about it, didn't you? You are afraid to be alive. You are afraid to live. You're a hypocrite. You're a conformist. You're a liar. I opened up to you and you judged me. You are an... Get off me! Get off! You're harassing me! He's harassing me!
That is Jennifer Lawrence. That's, I know it is heavy in certain spots, but the movie's also very funny, and you did a fantastic job in it. Bradley Cooper's great in it, too. Well, obviously, you won the Golden Globe, and, but this part that you played, you're not like that, are you?
I hope to God not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
The director of the film, David O. Russell, Jude Law was here, and he was telling he seems like an odd guy, and I've seen clips of some of the actors on some of his other films having like fights with him and all kinds of crazy stuff. Did you have that with him?
No,
What's your
David and I, our biggest problem, we're the same person, so neither of us can pay attention for more than 3 seconds. So if it weren't for Bradley, we would have never gotten anything done.
Oh, really?
No, but David's thing was he would always be really close. Like we were doing a diner scene where he was laying down in the booth right next to me, like 3 inches away, and I'm talking and doing the scene, and I just hear him start to go, "Oh God, oh I hate it." Under his breath. Oh, it's so bad. And I finally just like, "Do you want me to do something else?" He's like, "Yes, anything."
Really? Why does he have to be so close? Does he think it's a Muppet situation or something?
Yeah.
He just likes to be in the action?
I guess so, yeah.
Wow, that is very strange.
I know.
And
but it works.
Do other directors do that?
Well, no.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Just him?
They don't.
But you would, of course, work with him again, I presume?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I would. Anything.
Okay, and now, are you prepared for the Oscars? Will you write a speech?
No.
You will not?
I haven't. No, I've started this new, it's like my only superstition of not preparing anything to say, because first, it feels cocky to just like...
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, that seems presumptuous. I'm not going to do it. And then we start, like, get in the car, and I'm like, everyone's asking me, like, do you have anything prepared? I'm like, stop! Like, because it just stresses me out.
Yeah.
I don't react that way, because I'm not normally on 2 shots of tequila.
You know what
But
the worst
normally-
thing is, though, I think, I don't know why I always think of this whenever I'm at an award show, is the people who have the thank you list and then who then go home and take off their tuxedo or dress, and then they have to take it out
Oh, God.
throw it away.
That's sad, yeah. Well, I don't want to be that person. So
It's
I
a
just,
terrible moment.
Yeah, that's a terrible
It's like a terrible
feeling,
memento to have, really.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I just go into everything thinking, like, I'm a loser. and then it like,
That
oh,
is the
and
way
a
to
nice
go.
surprise. Yeah.
The only
but
problem is if you forget important people, do you think, are you worried that you might forget
No,
your
because
mom and dad?
fortunately those people are glaring at me
Oh, I see, okay.
while I'm up there.
Yeah, you could just
So
look
I
around
can
the
just
room
look around and
thank
see.
whoever is
Yeah.
right there in front of you.
Exactly. They're all right there, so it's easy to remember.
Well, I wish you the best. We'll be right across the street rooting for you. Jennifer Lawrence, her movie is called Silver Lining Playbook. It is in theaters now. Go see it. Watch the Oscars Sunday, February 24th at 7 o'clock, 4 Pacific on ABC. We'll be right back with Katie Couric.
Download music from tonight's artists on iTunes.com/Tegan and Sarah.
Silicone music from Tegan and Sarah in only 4 short months on the air. Our next guest daytime talk show has already become the place for high-profile athletes to discuss their imaginary girlfriends. The show is called Katie. It airs weekdays in syndication. Please say hello to Katie Couric.
Your new studio.
That's our new studio.
Your
Yep.
new time slot.
Yep.
Congratulations on
Thank
everything.
you very much, and congratulations to you. I know you got picked up for a second season of
I
your
did.
show, and
I
that's
did.
a very tough business. Are you happy about that?
I am. I'm happy
Because I
about
have to
it.
say, you came to our studio when we were in Brooklyn and interviewed me, and I just thought that seemed like a lot of work what you do.
Well, it's a lot of work what you do.
Yeah, but it's more work what you do. It's more.
You know, it is. I have to say, it's more. It's the hardest job I've had. I've been working in television for 34 years now. I know. Hey, by the way, having me follow Jennifer Lawrence, that is cold, Jimmy. That is cold. She is so cute,
She
isn't
really
she?
is. She's a lot of fun.
So cute.
But let's not. You're pretty cute yourself.
Oh, Jimmy.
You had the big interview. You got the big one, Manti Te'o. Everybody wanted him. How did you talk him into talking with you?
Well, basically, his parents apparently had watched me. Luckily, the fellow who was helping him with crisis management issues also helps me, but I wasn't in a crisis. He just sort of helps me in general. And I think that they wanted a place where he could talk. The story, as you know, is so ridiculously complicated.
And
With
ridiculous, yeah.
With so many twists and turns that actually I think you really needed a longer format to get through everything that had happened to this guy.
Because there were many times in the interview where you're asking him why he did something, and he really didn't seem to know. He's like, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what happened, what I was thinking.
You know, I think he got sucked into this relationship, and I think he sort of stayed with it. I think the narrative that emerged from it was very flattering to him, that he sort of played through these double tragedies, losing his grandmother and his girlfriend on the same day. And I think, you know, this was a very religious guy who focused on football, graduated from Notre Dame in 3.5 years, and probably, to be honest with you, having a phone girlfriend, whatever this person was on the other end of the phone, was probably easier for him than having a real girlfriend. Do you ever feel that way, Jimmy?
I wouldn't know. I didn't have a real girlfriend for a very long time.
You had an imaginary
But I will say this, this just occurred to me, is I have some friends who are very bright who didn't even get into Notre Dame. This numbskull somehow graduated in 3.5 years. He doesn't even know what the difference between a man and a woman are online.
Well, you know what? We listen to the voicemails, and we played them on the show. And honestly, it sounded like a young woman to me. And now they're saying this Renaya Tuiasosopo. I had to work very hard to learn how to say that.
Got it down.
That it was actually his voice that had been somehow altered. So
Not according to Dr. Phil, and I don't believe that either.
He said it was actually a girl's voice?
Dr. Phil called in the police to investigate it, and apparently there's like a 1 in 10 billion chance that it's actually his voice. It didn't sound anything like him.
Right.
Now, that's another great interview. Did you try to get an interview with Tuiasosopo?
Tuiasosopo, yes, I did try to get an interview, but apparently he wanted to be on a different venue
Why
than Manti.
would he want to be on with Dr. Phil instead of you?
I don't know.
Do you think Dr. Phil paid him?
I don't know. Possibly.
Is it possible?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be something if this guy somehow got paid for doing this to this football player? I mean,
you know, stranger things have happened. You know, I have no idea if he was paid. We don't pay our guests, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I was paid almost $1 million to be on your show. Were you unaware of that?
Not by us, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
You know, you need pillows on these chairs because they're very deep, and if you're not a tall person, you end up looking like Edith Ann. See?
Yeah, you're right.
My feet don't even touch the ground. That's sort of funny, right?
There. We do it to humiliate the guests.
Thank you. Well,
I'm sorry about that. We will have that fixed for the next time you're here.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask about this process because, like, I know Michael Jackson is somebody that you wanted to interview.
I did.
So you never got a chance to interview him.
No. I actually went. I had an opportunity to meet him because, you know, oftentimes when you're trying to score these big interviews, you usually meet somebody before you interview them because you want them to feel comfortable, you want to talk to them, you want to kind of tell them why you're interested in doing it. And so I went to the Four Seasons, which there were a million security guards. He had taken over like four levels of the Four Seasons. I met him. We sat and we talked for probably about 15 minutes. He told me he was working on a screenplay about Edgar Allan Poe, which I thought was interesting. He was going to play Edgar Allan Poe. We said goodbye. And I was hoping, you know, that was a positive meeting and he would sit down and talk to me. The next morning after I was done with the Today Show, I get this phone call, and he was working with a guy named Rabbi Shmuley. Do you know Rabbi Shmuley? He wrote Code for Sex.
He's a real attention whore. Right, yeah.
Rabbi Shmuley Bota. But I don't say his last name, so I just call him Rabbi Shmuley. But he called me and he said, Katie, I have a question for you. Are you seeing anyone? And I said, at the time, it was a couple years after my husband had passed away and I was dating someone, and I said, yes, Rabbi Shmuley, but that's kind of disgusting. Aren't you married with a lot of kids? And he goes, no, not for me. Michael is interested in going out with you.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
Oh,
and then I thought, that would be, can you imagine going home to my daughters who were then about like 8 and 4 saying, honey, I'm going out on a date with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So I thought it would just be too weird, too much. I mean, the tabloids would go crazy.
Yes,
I didn't need that.
It would be very, very
but
weird.
now
He probably would have fed you to his giraffes or something like that.
Now I'm just really sorry I didn't have dinner with him because it would have been a fascinating conversation, but I just didn't think it was
worth it. Just to see him lift that mask up and see what's going on under there would have been fascinating.
I didn't think it was worth it. And, you know, when I met him, he had this very thin piece of tape down his nose and across his nose. I think it might have been during a time where he was having trouble with sort of his nose collapsing or something.
Yeah, well, we've all been there.
Yeah.
You know, Larry King was here, and he said that he went on a date with you many years ago. I cannot believe that I refuse to believe that is true. Is that true?
His recollection's very different, Jimmy.
What is your recollection of this horrible event?
So I was about 30 years old, and I was going through this period of my life that I was going, I'm going to go out with anybody who asks me because you learn something. Every time you go out with a new person, you learn something about them. It's something new. So I met Larry at this restaurant in Washington, and what can I say, Jimmy? I was wearing a leather skirt, you know, and so he called me and he asked me out to dinner, and I thought, well, that'll be really interesting to have dinner with Larry King. So he picks me up at my apartment. I lived in Washington. Picked me up, and I came downstairs, and he had a Lincoln Town Car. He was driving the Lincoln Town Car.
Nice.
So I get in the Lincoln Town Car. He puts the tape deck, and it's Jack Jones singing, I am a singer. And we're driving, and we're going to K Street. So we go to K Street to this Italian restaurant. They put us right next to each other, like they do to all the men and their nieces, you know? So we're sitting there eating. He ordered like veal poached in chicken stock because he had just had quadruple bypass, which was hot.
Yeah, right.
So he's eating. So we're having a nice enough time, and so we're driving home, and I see we're going over Memorial Bridge, and that's not the way back to my apartment. So I go, Larry, where are we going? He goes, my place. And I was like, oh, mother of God. I was like, oh, God. So we get to his, and I'm like, dear Cosmo, what do I do? I'm in this crisis situation. I was only 30. I just could not figure out how to extricate myself from it. So we go to his apartment in Roslyn, right? We walk in. It's covered with proclamation, Larry King Day, keys to every city in the country, you know, like all over his apartment.
Wow.
That was sexy.
And you have to be careful because you wind up marrying him like that. You could have been like his 13th wife.
I know,
Yeah.
darn. So
Wow.
we sat there and what can I say? He lunged.
Incredible.
And I almost started, I love Larry, by the way. I do love him.
Who wouldn't
But I
want to
almost
have sex with Larry?
I started laughing a little bit because the whole situation was like out of a bad Lifetime movie. So I said, Larry, you're such an interesting, nice man, but I would like to meet someone a little closer to my age.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, wah,
Someone from the Paleolithic era.
And he said, that's okay, because when I like, I really like.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Now, Larry has no memory of any of this. He tells the story that we were going to go upstairs, but I had a roommate. I didn't have a roommate.
He is a sly devil.
It was the old roommate excuse.
Well, it is terrific to see you. Congratulations on all the success of the show.
Katie's Courage, Katie's show. Katie airs weekdays in syndication. We're right back with Tegan and Sarah. Their new album is called Heartthrob. Here with the song Closer, Tegan and Sarah.
Here comes a breath before we get
Sarah Heartthrob is the new CD. You can see a bonus song at JimmyKimmelLive.com. I want to thank them. I want to thank Jennifer Lawrence. I want to thank Katie Couric. I want to apologize to Matt Damon. We did run out of time for him tonight. Nightline is next. Thank you for watching. Good night.